Hello everybody, this is a video in how to use Java config rather than the XML config. If you watched the previous video, Spring Mvc Java configuration tutorial, you see we created these two projects here, one with XML configuration and one with Java configuration. So the project we're going to continue to modify is the Spring Mvc Java Proj 1. It's pretty much broken down into three main steps. The first bit we want to do is to create a resource. In this case, we're going to create a new style sheet, add the style to the style sheet. We'll then add a button to our home page and apply the style to that button, link the style sheet in, and the last part is the bit where the Java config comes in, because we'll add a resource handler to our configuration file. So the first part is to create a new style sheet and add our style to it. So we're just going to do that in this resources directory. I like to group my resources into different folders. So I'm just going to create a CSS folder and then add a CSS file to that folder. Just call it root.css. And then we'll create a style for a button. I've already got the code over here, so just in Sublime, so I'll just copy it from this. Okay, so there's a style for our button. It will produce a button that looks a little bit like the sign in button on Google when you want to sign into your account. Okay, so that should be our root.css in there. So next we want to do is, in our home page, we want to link the style sheet into the page. You can see as well that it's in this resources CSS and then the root.css folder, and then we want to just put a button on this page. So this should create a button for us, put it on the page. If we just check the page out, the style won't be working yet because we haven't told Spring about it we haven't added a resource handler to Spring to handle the resources, but we should see the button on the page now. Okay, I think I had an issue with a cached page there, so there's the button now. We just stop the server now. So the last bit, which is the obviously just to get the video working, I was toying around with the code, is to add a resource handler to web config. So we do that in this web config file that we created in the last the last video. Okay, so if I republish the application, the server, restart it. So now we should see our button start. Okay, just make sure it's working properly. Okay, and that if we click the button, we should get an error. It's because it's the button. When we created the button, it's trying to launch this login URL. We don't have a mapping for that on any of our Spring controllers. Let's go back. So I hope you liked the video. I think in the next video what we'll try and do is look at creating a database and connecting to the database, and maybe retrieving some tables from the database. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed the video.